Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I hope all of you are doing great. So in today's video, we'll be looking at the themes that we should focus on after the budget 2024. So I'm sure most of you are aware about the budget, right? The government presented the budget yesterday and there were few themes where the focus was more as compared to the other themes, and we'll be sticking just to that. So this will be more like a techno funda kind of analysis. We'll be looking at just at the allocation that the budget, which sector has how much allocation in budget, like especially the sectors we are going to focus on, and there's going to be a technical review of the stocks belonging to those sectors, right? So let's get started with the video. And just before that, disclaimer: I am not a SEBI registered analyst, and any stock discussed in this video is not a recommendation. This is purely for the educational purpose. So let's get started, right? So the themes that we should focus on after the budget 2024. So broadly, there were four themes, right? So there was water theme, infra, railways, and power, right? So these were the four main themes where the focus was more. And of course, the defense was another theme where the allocation was quite a lot. But again, we'll be skipping defense because everybody is aware about the defense story, and many stocks are correcting after a very nice up move in the last 3 months, right? So we'll be focusing on mainly on these sectors. So there are many subparts or the subcomponents of these sectors. Like if we start with the water sector, right? So there are subcomponents like there are EPC companies that are engineering, procurement, and construction companies. Then there are ductile iron pipe companies. Then there are water treatment companies. Then there are pumps. So there's a channel named SYC, and they have made a very really detailed video on this theme, the water theme, and you should definitely check it out, right? So I have picked up some of my material from that video, right? So I'm just going to review those companies technically, right? So again, first we have the EPC, DI pipes, water treatment, and pumps. And infra, there are many subparts of infra like the road, airports, power, railways, oil and gas. So railway and power is a subcomponent of infra, but we are going to cover them separately as well, right? So like your companies that construct the road, airports, and the power, and the railway, oil and gas, right? So these are the main subcomponents within the infra sector. Then we have the railways, and railways we have three main components, that are the wagons, the railway infrastructure, that is your uh, train tracks and all of that, and then we have the signal and the TCS, that is the train collision avoidance system. And the focus here has been a bit more, right, as compared to the other parts of the railway sector. And then we have the power, and special focuses on the renewables and the nuclear as well, right? So there were some announcements about the nuclear program as well, uh, right? So again, we have four subcomponents here. We'll be looking at the renewables, then we'll be looking at the thermal, the companies that are in the thermal sector, right? Then we have the nuclear companies which are focused on the nuclear power plants and all of that. And then we have the power finance, right? So the companies that provide the financing to the power producers and all the components that they are in the power sector, right? So this is just going to be a quick kind of a overview and more of a technical review of the stocks belonging to these sectors, and which of them are still viable and which are still looking technically really well, and where the strength is and where the strength is not, right? So I have compiled a few major schemes where the budget allocation has increased, right? And again, that would link to these sectors only, right? So major allocation was on these sectors only, right? So I've compiled few schemes where the allocation has increased, right? So first we have the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban, right? So here the allocation has been increased to 30,000 crores, right? So again, this comes under the infrastructure, right? Your affordable housing and all of those kind of companies which are into affordable housing, and the companies which actually provide the financing for the people for affordable housing and all of that, right? So we'll be covering those companies, we'll be looking at the stocks and the charts of those companies, right? Then the another one that where the allocation has been increased is the Jal Jeevan mission, right? So again, belonging to the water sector. So you guys must be aware, like many of the water theme related companies have been doing well from last few months. But again, it's not like the steam, there's still some steam is left, in this sector, because again, the allocation has been consistent from last 3 years, as you can see. Like first it was increased from 54,700 crores to 70,000 crore, and again 70,000 crore, and now this time also slightly higher, 163 crore higher as compared to the previous year. Then the allocation has been increased in the uh, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana rural program as well, right? So again, affordable housing. So there was announcement of 3 crore new affordable houses to be built, right? So again, the companies that are building those houses and the companies that are providing the finances for those houses, right? So we'll be focusing on that. Then there was special announcement about these, aircraft and air engines, medium and heavy vehicles, construction works, naval fleet, especially this one, naval fleet, again, a focus on the naval sector and the naval dockyard and projects, right? So again, there was some good amount of allocation that happened in these sectors. Then we had the Ministry of Railways, where the allocation is quite stable. There was increase of, I think so, 2 or 3% as compared to the last year. So the capex is around 2.5 lakh crore. The overall railway budget is, and the budget for highways has been, again, has been really nice, 2.78 lakh crore, right? And another thing to notice was is that the budget for solar and the renewables has been increased. And in renewables, you'll see the focus is more on the solar side as compared to the wind side, right? So that is slightly negative for the companies in the wind sector, because one thing is clear from the government side is that they want to focus more on the solar side. And you see, there's a 6,250 crore allocation to this PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana that was announced earlier this year, if I remember correctly, right? So again, the more focus is on the solar side. So again, this again comes under the power sector, renewables, right? So again, I'll show you a tool as well where you can get the names of all the companies, all the stocks that are within these sectors very easily, and you'll be able to glance through the charts, many charts, in a very short period of time. So let's jump into the charts. So I have made few watch lists of these sectors, all the companies that are in this sector, and I'll post the link of these watch lists in the description, right? So first, like, we'll start with the water sector, right? So again, there were 3 4 components. There was the EPC and the treatment component. There were ductile iron pipes, there were pumps and capital good companies, right? So again, first we'll look at the EPC and the treatment part, right? So again, this is the first company that we're looking at, Viatech Vabag, right? One thing is clear is that the stock has been in a very strong uptrend from last few months, and you'll see if you look at the behavior of the stock, it usually moves like this. It consolidates for few months, then there's a move, consolidates for some time, again there's a move, and again consolidates for some time, and again there's a move after that, right? So let me remove this first, right? So again, here it consolidated for some time, and then there was a move after that, and again now again it has been consolidating, retested the 50-day moving average, and overall focus is on the water theme as well. So again, this is setting up well. So again, I'm repeating again, this is any stock discussed here is not a recommendation. I'm just showing you how you can identify the right kind of stocks and right kind of setups, right? So again, this is one of the good ones. EMS moved really well yesterday. The setup itself was really good, as you can see. So it was coming out of a large base. Then there was a 2 3 week kind of a consolidation, and after the budget speech yesterday, it moved up sharply, right? So again, there's no good risk reward available here, so I'll be skipping this one. So next we have the ion exchange. Again, a nice consolidation that is happening here, right? So for earlier it reversed from here, bounced back from the 21-day moving average, 50-day moving average, and again near the previous all-time high level, consolidating, right? So then we have the NCC that is in the EPC part, right? So it's not in the treatment, it is in the EPC part, construction and all of that. So again, here if you see the very interesting behavior of this stock, so it's not a very linear kind of movement kind of a stock, right? So it doesn't give a very linear movement. Most of time what will happen that it will break the 50-day moving average, it will come back, break the 50-day moving average, come back again, will break the 50-day moving average and come back again. It did this same behavior multiple times. So when you're looking to trade these kind of stocks, it's very difficult to trade them with a tighter stop. You need to plan your trade accordingly, right? So in this case, it's better whenever it bounces back from the 50-day moving average. That is usually the best kind of entry in this kind of stock. Then we have the home infra. So the only negative part here is that I think so it is ASM list or some other kind of list, right? And there's a circuit limit, right? So there's a 5% circuit limit here. So that is the only negative, right, that we have here. And many of you asked about this tool. So this is quarterly earnings ultra. So this is a premium tool by finally Nitin. He's on Twitter, and you can just go to his profile and you can ask about this particular indicator, right? So again, you'll see there is a 5% circuit limit here. Next we have Wellspun Enterprise. Again, this is on the EPC side, or the water treatment side. I am actually not aware because I am not really good at fundamentals, but I have able to compile these names. I have been able to compile these names. So again, here what happened, it gave a nice clean breakout from the base, but again after that the market went south and it went down. But if you see, actually yesterday there was a really nice entry as it bounced back really sharply with the overall sector, and see today a really nice move. So again, any consolidation here would be a good one. And then we have the Triveni Engineering. Again, this is from the EPC side, right? So again, I usually don't like these kind of structures which are very very choppy. You can clearly see why I'm calling it choppy, because you see many time it has broken many moving averages and all of that, right? Then we have the ductile iron pipe. So this is one of the best name here, that is the electro steel casting, and there's gave a really nice big base breakout. So the base formation actually started from Fab this year. So it is like a 6-month kind of a base which actually broke out today, and there was very high volume as well, right? So then we have Jabalaji Industries, which was a kind of a multi-bagger, not a kind of a, which was the multi-bagger of last year. And the stock went up from 75 to 1240 50 something in a span of just 1 year. So you can imagine the kind of move it gave. Wellspun Corp, again it comes to the pipe sector, right? So sorry, water sector ke andar you have the pipes, right, subsector of pipes. So again, there was a large base breakout and a small consolidation that is happening well above the previous base, and today it tried to popping out. And then we have the Jindal Saw again from the DI pipe, right? So again, the setup here is not really that good, but any move above this level of, let's say, 590 or so would be a good nice and clean breakout here. Then we have the pumps and the cap goods. So again, this is one of the leaders in the pumps, Shakti pumps, but the only issue here is that it has been moving in circuits from last few months. After this point, from where it started its initial journey, right? So it has been moving in circuit, so it's kind of difficult to enter in these kind of stocks. Then we have roto pumps, again from the pumps. So this one is actually a lot better as compared to the other names, right? So it is kind of forming a high tide kind of a flag, taking support at the 21-day moving average. So this can be considered, right? So I'll again add it in my watch list. So my simple, what I do is simply, whatever the names I like, I just put them in a separate watch list name, actionable, right? So where I can take the action. Then we have WPIL, again from the pump sector. So again, this is also a very choppy kind of a stock which I really don't like from the trading point of view, so I'll skip it. Then we have the Kirloskar brothers, which was already a really nice winner of last few months. Actually, it broke out from here in June, and so this was leader of the June month, and now again just consolidating after a pullback, after a nice up move, right? So again, I'll keep it in my watch list. And this one, Josh Engineering. So this was actually a really good setup yesterday, and today it actually broke out from the range. So but again, I'll keep it in watch list, because again, this is the kind of a range that it is forming between the 2500 and 1900 or so, right? So again, these are from the water sector. Then I have a separate watch list for power sector as well. So before that, I'm just going to show you a tool where you can just simply go through the industry names, right? So again, this is a tool, stock analyzer 23. I'll give the link in description, and on this Sunday I'll post a detailed video about this particular tool, right? All the components, I'll cover all the components, all the scanners that you can make, the ready-made scanners and the market analytics. So what you have to do is just sign up, and here you have to go in market analytics and go to industry analytics. Here you'll get the list of all the industries, right? So here what you will get is that 1 week performance, 1 month performance, 3 month performance, and you'll also get the RS rank, that is the relative strength rank. That simply means how or how a particular industry has been doing as compared to the other industries, and the total number of stocks in that particular industry, and overall group market cap. So again, you can simply search for any industry that you like, right? So let's say I'm looking at civil construction, right? So again, from the infrastructure, I'll get almost all the companies within this sector, right? So within civil construction, I'll get all the companies that are in the roads, airports, power, railways, oil and gas, and everything, right? So here I have a total of 82 stocks. So it would be very tiresome to go through one by one. So what I can do is I can just simply shift to the charts view. It takes a little bit time to load the charts, but here you can go through multiple charts, right? You can easily go through multiple charts and it'll save a lot of time, right? So it's just a bit slow. It takes some time to load, right? So you can simply go through many charts, like look at this Techno Electric. So what I can see from this chart is that the stock is in a very nice uptrend, and I have a horizontal resistance level somewhere around 1600, right? So again, that can be simply added to the watch list. What I can do, I can simply select it, and I can later add it to my watch list, right? So again, I have selected this one, and if I look at NBCC again, from the construction sector, like your rural housing and all of that, right? So again, it was a nice breakout, but it pulled back, and there was a very strong pullback today as well. I think so yesterday, because the this data gets updated at in the evening at 6 o'clock, right? So you can check it post market. So I'm just showing you as an example that you can simply go through multiple charts here. ITT cementation, again from the infrastructure. So Walchand Nagar Industries, so this is an interesting stock from the nuclear sector, right? So there was a it is kind of a circuit stock, so it's difficult to trade, but again, there was a very nice up move, now pulling back to the towards the 21-day moving average. Then we have NCC, right? Om Infra, right? All those companies coming in here. Indian Hume Pipe Company, Uday Shiv Kumar Infra, right? So multiple companies that you'll get here, and you can simply go through the names. Or what you can do is, if you don't want to go through the names here, what you can do is you can just go to list view, and you can scroll down, and you can simply download it in a Excel sheet, and then you can paste it in the your trading view. Or there's another way, you can just simply select all the names or whatever the names you want to select, and you can simply copy or add it to the watch list, or simply copy symbols and you can simply paste them in your trading view, right? So again, or you can simply go to the trading view from you can jump into trading view directly from here as well. So it's a really nice tool, and you can go through multiple sectors, multiple companies. You just have to give one Sunday, and you can go through the multiple charts, right? So again, a very nice time saver. So this is a premium feature, and I'll give all the details of this particular tool in my coming video on Sunday. So again, this is not a paid promotion, I'm just clarifying that, so you guys don't accuse me later that I'm doing a paid promotion or so. I genuinely like this tool very much, and I have been using it from some time. So again, I can come to oil and gas exploration from here, and I can go through the multiple charts belonging to this sector, right? So there are 4 5 names that I have here, that oil exploration, right? So these are not your oil marketing companies, these are your oil exploration companies. We have Oil India, Sail and Exploration, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, and Hindustan Oil Exploration, right? Or I can simply go to, I can search for power sector here, right? The railways, we have pump sector, right? We have aerospace and defense sector, we have telecom, integrated shipbuilding and allied services. So again, household appliances and multiple sectors are here. Energy alternative, right? Energy sector, we have the power sector, energy, medical and mining sector, medical services sector, petrochemical, oil and gas, electrical power equipment. So like if you want to find particular stocks that are in the equipment sector, right? Now not your power generators, generation companies like your NTPC and so, but which are in the power uh, electrical component sector, right? So which are manufacturing the equipment like your Select Energy, PEIGL, Honda Power, Schneider Electric, Selzer Electric, HBL Power, Power India, right? This is Hitachi Energy actually, its name is Hitachi Energy. And you can simply look at the multiple stocks in a single view, or you can simply go to the trading view and check them one by one, or you can just paste them, all the select all of them and paste them, right? So this is a must try tool that you should go through, right? So coming back to the power, so my focus would be more on the stocks which are more integrated, like your NTPC, right, which is an integrated player which is into thermal, hydro, and your solar and everything, right? So again, this popped out nicely from the consolidation range, right? So again, this is one of the good names that I like here. And then we have Varia Renewables that we have in the renewable sector. So again, if it crosses above the 50-day moving average, the cluster of moving averages, that too with good uh, results, then it can be considered. Then we have KPI Green Energy, Torrent Power, and so I'll just give the link of these watch list in the description as well, right? So you guys can go through and select the names which are best, right? So Torrent Power, again, setting up very nicely. It actually tried to broke out few days, it actually tried to break out few days ago, but again failed due to the overall market pressure, right? Then we have the other industry, that is the infra, where we have infra names like your L&T is your one integrated player which is almost in every sector, right? Almost in every sector. Then we have NCC, which is again a really nice player. Then we have KNR Construction again. So this is Andhra based company, I think so. So allocation for Andhra has been increased in this budget, if you're aware. Then we have this Power Mech Projects, again very nice, very very strong and good player in this sector, right, which actually broke out few days ago. So one difficulty you'll find here is that most of the names have actually broken out, right? And I agree, most of them have been in good momentum, but there are still many pockets where the valuations are reasonable, the your setups are very reasonable, and your duty is to find those particular uh, opportunities, right? And I am providing you all the tools, I am providing you half of the work, and rest is your work to find those particular setups, those particular names, right? So, and the last one that we have, I think so, that was the railways, right? So again, railways have been moving up well from the last few months. You see wagons, actually this name bounced back sharply yesterday, and right, looking good right now. We have Tex Infra, which is again looking good. RVNL standing tall as compared to the other uh, railway names. And then we have the HVL, which is in the TCAS, that is Train Collision Avoidance System. Again, a big base breakout happening here, right? So again, none of the stocks that I've discussed here is a recommendation, and I'm providing your tools. Your job is to find the names which are still reasonable and technically looking good. So that is it for today's video, and I hope you learned something new. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And I'll give the link of these watch lists and the tool that I'm using for the industry analysis in the description. Goodbye, take care.